I'm Burble Montekia, and we are going to continue with Still Joking. I still don't really get why it's called that. As I pointed out in a previous stream, when you actually have the game open and you go over to the tab, the game is open under the title Mirrors Game, which is a really accurate description of the kind of game you're playing. The game is Still Joking. They say a couple of times, they've dropped the name a couple of times in the game. They keep saying, "Oh, you're still joking, are you?" But she's not really. She's not the main character. Our protagonist is not a joker. She's like making snarky comments. She's sarcastic. She's skeptical. She's like contrarian, defiant. But I wouldn't say, "Oh, you're still joking." I don't think she's much of a joker to begin with, to then say you're still doing it. And they've named the whole game after this one little thing that in the writing doesn't come across. I if it doesn't pay off in the end, they've really titled this game weirdly. Anyway, this is Tony's game, and we are here for more Tony. So let's jump in. Okay. And I have got the chat overlay ready. Load game. 40 days after death is what it should be. Hopefully it doesn't mess us up like it did last week and make us replay anything. This is where we left off. This is where we left off. Good, good, good. Hey, Topanga. Topanga had a lovely birthday. She was a very happy girl. She was not happy about me balancing her little hat on her head for a photograph. But she endured it. She put up with it. She put up with me. Was discovered by one of the first expeditions. Nowadays they mine ilmenite, the Titanic iron ore. Process it right here too. Therefore, we need to collect the finished bars and hand over some cargo from the community. And what are we bringing here? Help, mostly equipment, but also clothing and medications. The buses will park at the waterhouse right away. The waterhouse? The warehouse right away. Since exchanging the cargo will take some time, we'll have a chance to see the village briefly. I want to show you what the lands we discover can become. What in the good or bad sense, I wonder? If Dora decides to show us something, she definitely has an educational purpose in mind. Or she just wants you to stretch your legs a little. Not you, but us. You're coming too. Meh, I hoped I could sit this one out. No way, we'll suffer together. Bear in mind, this is not a walk of entertainment. The locals aren't too keen on visitors, and they lead rather closed lives, so don't leave my side. All clear? Yes, all clear. Do we really have to go there? We won't be long, Maximilian. By the way, Marco was asking if you'd like to help him with the boxes. I would, so I can do that instead of the no instead, we'll wait for you. Iris, you got it? Yes, Ma. And you, Tony? Me and Apricot got it all, but actually, you don't want to go there. We should go there, though, Tony. And regarding Apricot, by the way, he shouldn't come with us. It's best if he stays here. Meow. Can we at least have a look at the warehouse together? Just a sneak peek, and then he'll wait for me. All right, the warehouse is fine. I wonder what it all looks like to Apricot. Are you trying to hide it? We're not going out for a walk of entertainment, remember? What if we have to flee and leave the bus behind? I don't want to regret not taking it with me for the rest of my life. Just don't tell Dora. You too. I'm off then. Yes, you go. Right. Dora, what did you get them off the bus for? Good day, Johnny. We're going to take a brief walk while we've got the time. We're just waiting for Maximilian. He's helping the scientists with the boxes. Not the best idea. They'll recognise Iris or pick on Tony and you'll get in trouble. I want to show them what discovered lands may become. Will you assign someone from your team to accompany us? Everyone's busy. Got any other offers? We're not staying inside the bus. Okay. First of all, the cat should... Obviously, Apricot is staying inside the bus. In that case, first of all, Iris should cover up her face. Nothing personal, Iris. Your beauty is undeniable. We just don't want to share it. Not suitable for cats and the unmasked you. What even is this place? Not fuzzy at all, clearly. Second of all, you're not just going for a walk. We need to accompany Takeo, the local doctor, and you can join us. Third of all, if this doesn't work for you, the bus is still here. It's nice and warm inside. There's no me. Isn't Roy with you? If he were, I'd tell you not to take Iris. Bro is babysitting Chloe. He has been demanding a lot of attention. She has been demanding a lot of attention recently. Alright, Iris, let's get your face covered. Everyone else wait here. You need any help? Although I don't get turned out by nurse fantasies. I don't get turned out by nurse fantasies. You'll manage without me. I don't get turned out. Right on time. Lucky Miles, says I. That was some kind of luck, eh? Take yesterday, they was packing them bars, then he just up and rammed into this big ass box. Mighty yelling. Now that you've bought a few good bandages, Doctor, Ward ain't gonna be a stingy, aye? Although Miles is all like he'd bang himself on anything all the time, like he's on schedule or something. Aye. Should be bandaged him up from head to toe nice and thick, so he's always prepared for impact, says I. Marco, check the boxes. You not trusting us or what? We never duped you once, have we? Might have forgotten something once or twice, but we ain't meant no harm. We never count up nothing. We just take what's ours. Aye. And I mean, what if someone's trying to pocket them pumps? Although that was one hell of a pun I did there, you notice? Haha, can't fit no pump in no pocket. You should count, just to be sure. You might be needing something that wasn't in the latest delivery, so you'll order it next time. I ain't doing it. The headman can count all he wants. Stay up all night if he cares to. My job is simple. Get delivery, sign it off, get the guys to unload stuff, and that's my day all wrapped up. Time to clock off for, 4 boxes short. What do you mean short? I counted them as they've been loaded, and why they even... Shut up. It's dumb of you to assume you're getting away with it. Really now, you accusing me? Never in my life did I. Marco, show him. We always check the cargo will be fine. Can't it just be fine by default, Johnny? Is it customary to look for the missing 4 boxes together or what? A local tradition of sorts? It's getting worse. A couple of dozens of bars, then 1 box, and then they've really got their nerve. I don't like it here. Do you still want to see the village after this overture? It's too late to want anything. We're getting dragged there anyway. Let's not base our judgment solely on the foreman, but be optimistic instead. How picturesque are the puddles? Well done you. Chen will take care of it. Let's wait for them and then go. Unless there are any other issues with the cargo. There will hardly be any more. The foreman will now apologise, then hand over the outstanding boxes, and then apologise again. I suppose so. I don't think Chen doesn't I think that Chen doesn't really have to come with us. She could write a report to the community based on your words. This is her decision to make. Besides, it would have been unprofessional to behave this way. Dora, I'm not sure, and maybe that's not the way it is, but I thought it would be best if I... Maximilian, think what you want to say and say it. Well, okay. I wanted to ask about that official from the community. Are there any problems? I mean, it wasn't his first visit, right? Yesterday was his third visit, yes, but there are no problems. They have found another shard of the primary mirror and decided we were obliged to help. I made it clear we were not interested. And yet they persist. The usual, I see. Sorry to hear that. Yes, let's go as Chen is done. Iris, while we wait, I need to tell you something. Let's step a little aside. I found something odd. At the warehouse, secret stashes of dried cookies? Yes, at the warehouse. Listen, I'm not sure, but I think it's serious, Iris. Drum roll. All right, I'm all ears. They've got boxes there full of brand new jewellery, many different pieces for some reason. What jewellery? You know, like rings, neck chains. Tony, Iris, Maximilian, we're leaving. So, I don't understand what for. Okay, I promise I'll think about why the locals might need these boxes. For now, mission on hold, or Mama Dora will give us a piece of her mind. Well, all right, but do think later. What's your take on this? Is there a secret to uncover? I've promised already that I'll think about it. To me, it seems that jewellery doesn't fit with the rest of the picture. Aha. I'll have a look at it. But we're sheepishly following Dora. Yes, but maybe we have a look afterwards and take whatever we like. Sounds like a plan. The street is literally a copy of the one before and the one before that. Benches are the only things that change places. Dora, did you want to show us something? Exactly. Kikot is one of our largest manufacturing centres. Locals are rewarded well for their work. The mine is equipped with the latest technology and expeditions pass by often. So the community provides the residents, upon demand, with everything they need. But there aren't any demands? There are. Why? They're almost the same. Though it's hard to tell why, but it seems like everyone here is quite iffy. Isn't Serena in our shithole? What are the sodding chances? Come, you'll meet my wife. She loves your movies and we'll serve dinner. We're no cheapskates. Hey, what the... All I did was say hi. What are you, apes? Oops, the undercover mission failed. It's pointless to pretend any further that I'm not me. You can let the others handle it. Who are you trying to trick? Of course I can't. What do I do? Sign off an autograph and excuse yourself for being busy? No, I'm not signing as Serena. Do you think he knows what her signature was? Doesn't have a clue. Alright, I can scribble down some pointless doodle. I'll have to make it past the practitioner's mighty backs, though. Alternatively... What? Distract him by telling stories. Shift the focus. Telling stories to distract him? I don't think she wants to sign Serena's name. Oh, I actually wanted to ask someone. Can I? What? I mean, sure thing. Ask away. What's the deal? Does your foreman, the one from the warehouse, get this wild often? Wild? How wild? What's he done? Oh my, so you don't know. He's bandaged Miles up from head to toe. He said Miles would bang himself on anything all the time, so bandaging him up was to have him always prepared for impact. No way, he's been throwing threats for a while now, but actually seeing to them. But how? Did the doc hand him the bandages? You bought them, that's what's up. Does the headman know? I think everyone knows by now. They're at the mine, so it's quite a walk to have to look at him. Hey fellas, you heard that. Let's dash to the mine. The former's gone bonkers. Now we need to drive off before they identify the most charming liar in our ranks. Couldn't all of those position changes been done in one scene change or two scene changes? Every person's position change had to be done separately? That took forever. Well, it didn't, but that took too long. It was irresponsible. Yes, but hilarious. Nothing hilarious. Why didn't you stop her then? You're being a complete child. We need to go. Sure, it won't be all hilarious, but very reasonable. Stop talking nonsense. This is irresponsible. I don't want to argue. I want to leave. Me too. Run away now? We can't just leave them. Can't we? Yes, we can't. Damn. I was like, where's Tony? There he is. I've done the polls. Here's the data. I've attached copies of the medical records here too. Briefly speaking, I have no exciting news for you. No one's cracking and no straightforward correlations. Yes, I'm leaning towards external factors after all. That is about water or air or even something special about the composition of the soil in which we grow our produce. Have you analysed its composition? And the community has, yes. They had sent their specialist over. There's a graph at the bottom. Ooh. 30 years ago? Nothing changes here. Looks like Ward is not that different from the foreman. Doesn't think of much of anything. I bet he steals sheets from the reports. What for? To make sure Taker doesn't get too many, or to save paper, or out of respect for tradition. Ah. I'm going to request another round of tests. Forward the results to the lab later, will you? Of course I will. You'll hardly find anything though. You know how Eric Hansen used to say science cannot explain it all? Your quote is incomplete. It goes, science cannot explain it all, but nothing prevents it from trying to. What I meant is we should focus our efforts on something with more potential. Say look for unusual lands, like the aforementioned Hansen did, and everything will be fine eventually. What curious graph for the accident distribution over time. Do you have any comments on it? There's a cycle to it, yes, but we always have accidents on the first shift back. The guys fall out of habit during their time off, so... He knocked her off both feet. And what are you going to do if I die? Probably kill myself. Hey, I'm serious. I mean, things happen. I'm just as serious. You're awfully goofy, but I love you anyway. I know, I love you too. Is that third? What are you doing? Get your hands off him, you wanker! Marco, pull them apart. Joe? Joe, are you alright? More than. Leo, help Marco. Fucking hell. That man hit the woman on the head. I had a flashback because of an orange. A blood orange, wasn't it? Okay, so... Anyway, I had a flashback because of a blood orange, and Third is apparently very quick to react when someone around him is getting hit. It is Third. Glorious. There's literally one single piece of good news. I seem to be fine, and I'm in control. How about you, Iris? Damn it. Really bad timing. As far as I can see, the practitioners have taken Third to Takeo. Dora's there too, which leaves me with Tony and Max. I suspect neither of them is doing too well. It's time to state the obvious. We should get back to the camp, help Third, take lunch off Dora's hands, and never ever come back here. It's not like I forgot on purpose. The salt shaker was right next to the hob, and I was cleaning it, and I only misplaced it to... Who's talking? It just says local. Who is this? Tony, how are you? That girl won't let Third help her, and I don't understand. I can do the food later. I don't understand it too well either. And regarding food, we should tell Dora that when we return to camp. And how are you doing? Well, I mean, I'll go to Third. I'm not sure he'll make it to camp on his own. Oh, crap. Never do it again, just open your eyes. Oh, so she's local. That's what it means. Okay. You're such a hunk, unlike that douchebag. You'd knock him out in a split second in a fair fight. Third, can you hear me? Again, he's in a state of shock. The shot should work soon. Maximilian can help him walk, but first tell the others that the woman is bruised and grazed, and the man definitely has his nose broken. Fab. Please convince the local doctor to take care of them. Let me. You were the one to drag this Missy away from Third. Dr. Ward will certainly find something to hold against you. While we need this to turn differently. Chen? Normal people, while those outsiders with their buses are just... You were right. Let them crack all over the place. Who cares? Clearly they're sick, so good riddance. What is it you're doing, Takeo? Be more specific. You're tending to him while he jumped another person for no reason, and yet, does it not bother you that your patients beat each other up? Patients? Oh, you mean the couple? They're always like that, fighting and making up, and then again, it's their business, really. She'd call for help if she wanted to, or she'd just tell him that. Just tell an aggressive man 1.5 times her weight to put away his fists. I'd just go and tell him, you hear me? Just go and tell him, yes. No one's invited you here, you stupid chink. Let's see how it fares in action. Just tell me to put the knife away. We'll be curious to see you try. If you even will. Wait. Johnny. What? But I meant to say... Joe, you aren't really going to. Step away. Oh, she's tasering him. Oh, I was going to say, did it not work? Dora has sent Max and Tony back to the camp, and me too. But all hell is about to break loose here now, and we'll be right in the heat of it, right, Iris? Should probably tell Takeo about the flashback and the loss of control, but that'll have to wait, I guess. Good news, I came around much quicker this time. I wasn't myself only for a couple of seconds. No one even noticed. Do you think this is good news too? By the way, it's unlikely that Serena would call Johnny by his name. I know who would, though. Hey, in a voice. Iris? Iris? Iris! Did you manage to get involved in all this somehow? And are you now ashamed? Or are you using my body for all sorts of dirty stuff presently, while projecting plausible illusions of a decent reality for me? Hey, is it the headache again? Where did you go? No answer. I hope your stupid silence won't last long. Now let's go back to the events in the last hour. Third has somewhat recovered from the shock, but he's still feeling awful in every possible sense. Dora wanted to take him back to camp, but the practitioners were against it, very much so. To quote Leo, Third could be dangerous, so we cannot let him go until Johnny gives the green light. Sorry, Dora. Speaking of Johnny, by the way, he's moving. Here we go. Chen, you did a beautiful and painful thing to me. Didn't think you'd be carrying around a shocker. I didn't mean to, and I've never had to use it before. Are you scared of me? Something's off with you lately. Johnny, did you really want to cut them up into tiny silent pieces? Yeah, I really did. How? How could you even? They're people. People? Not really. Chen, they're just dumb chickens. Johnny! No, but really, and I mean them all, not just that lovely couple. Although I may have just offended the chickens. What kind of person do you have to be to defend the shithead that beats you up? Or tries to slightly fuck you over here and there? Or is certain that a girl with the face of an actress will happily lick your feet? And the cherry on the cake, all the while not seeing anything wrong with all that, not a single thing. By the way, they don't give a damn about your compassion, they don't give a damn about anything whatsoever. Takeo, here's the answer to your ultimate question. These things don't crack because they're a bunch of fucking amoebas. You shouldn't have spent all that time and effort on your research. It's as simple as that. Johnny, let's have you try staying adequate. Why? Chen can always whack me with her shocker again if she has to. I don't want to. Didn't you enjoy it at all? Do you want to hear me say I'm also feeling bad? I am feeling bad. We should talk this through. We can hardly go back and work now and pretend nothing's happened. So basically, you crack when you're under stress or you're troubled or blah, 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 blah. And these people have no souls or self-respect or whatever. So they can't crack because they have no feelings. Or something like that. Talk this through now. From the beginning, at the warehouse, they tried to play us, but we did what we could and should have done. Controlling the foreman's behaviour is outside of the scope of our abilities. Then we went downtown, and I believe that bringing Dora's group with us was a mistake. Let me remind you that no one forced you to plan the route this way. Cot is the only place where I can show my group how people live outside the Crystal City. You agreed to join the expedition knowing full well how we were going. Dora, we strike compromises with the community in order to have the chance to do what we like. Keycott is one of their conditions. What a thrilling conversation. The main issue here is that I won't be able to step forward and solve all the problems at once with grace. These four, they've got their lines written out for weeks in advance and they won't let me cut in before it's my turn. It makes miracles of ingenuity and they'd better be some fast miracles. I should weigh my options. Iris? It's not fair. I'm used to us talking already. I could really use someone to discuss all this exhilarating fun going down now. Sob. Well-behaved inner voices do not behave this way. Are you all right there? Damn it. Okay, what would Iris do? I mean, tell herself. Pull yourself together, Iris. Oh, it's really working. I can literally feel myself calming down, my mood going up, and do I hear birds chirping? Alright, no birds here. Phew. I can try taking third away from here. Sooner or later the conversation will turn to him snapping and being wrong, while he's already not doing so well at all. Sure, he hasn't been handed over to Dora yet, but maybe I'll manage to be more diplomatic than her. I wonder if the practitioners will listen to me. Then again, Johnny has come back to his senses. I can also go and get Tony. Not sure I'll be able to explain to him fast enough what to do, but he definitely has enough powers to stop the argument in the most spectacular manner. Although Tony is vulnerable and can get harmed if something goes wrong. In fact, even if everything goes right, damn. Getting Max is also an option. I could probably use the boxes of jewellery he was talking about earlier as an argument. If worst comes to worst, I could get Roy too. Bro is probably rather capable of calming Johnny down. It'll be funny, by the way, if someone does end up turning into a pumpkin upon seeing Roy again. On the other hand, I'm good enough losing control without him present, as we've recently discovered. Roy will probably be happy to hear about that. He most certainly will. Being the ultimate menace from hell in my life does concern him somewhat. Don't see any other options. Damn it. I'm not afraid to make a mistake, no. Even though the whole situation is kind of on edge, and so am I, and... well, here goes nothing. Damn. What's the main quote from Knocking on Heaven's Door? It's stupid to be afraid. Hell yeah, you're fine after all. Where have you been? What happened? I managed to cut your episode short, but remember how we talked about the sea? Sea, the one inside my head. It's getting worse here. It's getting stronger. What is the storm? Yes, I need to... Listen, I didn't want you to do something, interrupt the whole thing, and not let the people around make any more mistakes. They just can't cope without me. Never. Let's get to it then. Can I just do a save? Hold on, let me do it here. Choosing. Okay, don't ignore me anymore though. I won't. We'll talk more later. See, I always want a Tony option. I always want to do the Tony option. But I'm concerned the Tony option might be bad. We'll do the Tony option, and if it's wrong... Hold on, what's Tony's next achievement? Tell Tony something he cannot deal with and face the aftermath. Right, let's get Tony. I can always, if it's wrong, go back and make a different decision. How are you? I'm thinking Dora wanted to show Keycott to us as a warning, as a vaccine shot, but we ended up getting sick for real, and now we need medicine to treat us. Oh, aren't you worried? Yes. And I'm thinking too about the medicine and where to get it fast. Do you want my help? Yes. No. You do want it, but also not. Something like that. Tony, I really did come to you for help, and it just turns out that I'm really not keeping you safe. How come? Because you're vulnerable, more so than others. You're also way more powerful, but you've come still. Turns out you're vulnerable too. If something goes wrong, you may be affected. You too. Tell me what is supposed to not go wrong. I haven't come up with the medicine, have you? Johnny Chen, Dorak, Takeo should have cooled down somehow. Then they'll be able to discuss everything later and in a calmer setting. Cooled down? I meant make them come to their senses. No, it's the verb. It's funny. Like when tea is hot and you add cold water. Yes, or you blow on it. In terms of people, it refers to cooling down their battle spirit and increasing their general ability to see reason. Our conversation is slowly sidetracking. Listen, I should probably get going. I'm sorry that I... Wait, can't we add some cold water to them too? Or maybe blow on them? Actually, Tony, you're a genius. Does it mean you're letting me help? Now I know what to do, but the risks are still there. Everything that happens to Tony will be on my conscience. If he makes it work, I'll still be guilty because I used him. If I refuse his help now, Tony will understand and he definitely won't get hurt, but then someone else might. You'll be able to figure this out. I will, I suppose. But I just hate making choices like this. Hate it. Let Tony help you. Yes. Good. Do you remember what a thunderstorm is? No. No worries. I'll explain on the way. Let's go. Apricot, I'm coming with Iris. Stay with Maximilian, okay? He has rappers. They rustle. Meow. Bad place. Everyone's falling out. Yes. Tony, let's agree on one thing. You'll just give it a try. If you don't manage, it's fine. And then I'll manage. Don't worry. We're going to do something absolutely insane. I hope it works. Please, may it work. Let's not go any further. If Dora sees you, she'll be displeased and the others will be displeased with her. No point in launching this displeasure cycle. Yes. So I'm doing what you told me to, and then... I'm doing what you told me to then, yes? Starting with vapor and making it go up. Good. I hope that this arguing bunch won't kill each other while Tony is busy making a thunderstorm. Dora, I don't want to be rude, but given Third's past, he should really be allowed in public with a convoy only. Scumbag. Damn, Third's arm. Ugh. Shouldn't have told Fab anything. I'm sorry, Iris, I didn't know. Fabricio is such a... I'd have never imagined I could be so wrong about someone. Fab, shut up. Third at least tried to do something as opposed to everyone else. A questionable interpretation. I'm sure Third had the best intentions, but his choice of way it wasn't fitting. Finesse is your second name, isn't it, Jen? What do you mean, wasn't fitting? Was he supposed to come up, excuse his intervention and ask the man to stop beating up the woman? Iris, what was Third supposed to do? Tony, no distractions. You're going to lose focus. I think I've already... Oh. I cannot not listen. I'm confused. Will you explain so that I'm less distracted? But if I want the thunderstorm, I should do as he asks. All right, Tony, fine. I'll explain. Looks like he's just going to blindly trust whatever I tell him. It's unclear what effect my words may have. I should be super careful. I think he doesn't need an opinion, but or what? Something objective, or I don't know, I could be wrong. Yeah, everyone can. So then, what was Third supposed to do? Third did the right thing, as much as it was possible given the circumstances. Ah, I get it. There is vapor. I see nothing, so I'll have to take his word for it. I'm sending out the vapor to make clouds. Go on. Damn, I'm afraid that it won't wrap up nicely with just discussing Third. Shall I actually speak for myself? My prototype was hammered to death in front of the mirror, and to say that I was happy would have been an understatement. He was a monster. He used to beat up his wife and kids. And now I myself am... I do not regret snapping, but I don't understand how she lets him treat her that way. I've reflected something like this so many times and I could never change a thing. I really believed I was doing the right thing this time, and yet she actually sided with him. Third, it's not your fault. That woman, it was her own choice. I know, I just don't understand. And you won't. This is a normal reaction. Third, you cannot make choices for her, but there is a chance that she will at last see it differently thanks to you. Thank you, Chen. Teko, shall I send him back to the camp? Johnny, do you mind? It's been long overdue. Absolutely. Third, you should get some rest. Go back to the bus, alright? Okay. Don't let Third die? He could have died? Make Third play along, apologising to Maximilian. No, hold on. Find out Third's dark secret, which we did. Don't let Third die? Could I have made a decision that killed him? Well, I've clearly made some right choices there. Iris, why does that girl allow others to treat her that way? She does not acknowledge herself without him next to her. Unfortunately, I have had a friend like that. And yes, she was nearly killed. It's hard to explain. She does not acknowledge herself without him next to her. So she needs him? In a bad way, yes. Ah. Third is seriously hurting while we're brewing a thunderstorm here. I could have helped him somehow. Don't, Iris. Third is gone and he'll be fine. You're right. Shouldn't also weigh Tony down with my emotions. Tony, how's your cloud coming along? It's working. Now I stir so that the lighter stuff goes up and the rest of the stuff goes down. We would not have had this if I didn't choose Tony. And it warned me against choosing Tony. If this goes well, I think this is like a rare path because the game seemed to be really warning me not to do it. Good. Tony's making it work. Shush, don't distract him. Stay calm. He cannot hear me from inside your head, can he? He's the chosen one. Who knows? Chen, what do you want? I want to continue going on expeditions with you. Just admit that you need help, and that's what happened today shouldn't have. I don't need help. Shall we maybe burn Keycott down and just get going? That's not funny, Johnny. What makes you think I was trying to be funny? Johnny, listen to me, please. We can stop coming here and report to the community on the local events. They may choose to rework the population makeup. Maybe, and then. You can do it all on your own. I just don't want you to have to. And Chen and Johnny arguing so much because they care? Yes, they care. That's exactly it. Ah! See, it's getting darker. Now it needs to start flashing inside. I'm pulling them apart like you told me to. Very good. By the way, there is actually less light now, I think. Or is it my wishful thinking? Nah, I think so too. Thanks. This is a consolation. It's a shame that we're not looking up enough, that the others are clearly very carried away by the conversation. It's hard to keep watch over Third, Tony and Iris, a guy with uncontrollable aggression, a drug addict and a nutter. I wonder which of those is me. I bet it's the drug addict. And how has your aggression been lately? I want to chuck something at Fab. Here you go. Sure thing, it's hard to manage them at all. We're all here because of how you manage your group, Dora. If you want, the practitioners can take one of them off your hands, to relieve you, so to speak. Tony, for example. Johnny, get him out of here or I might lose it. If you really insist. Fab, go take a walk. Did he try to humiliate Dora? And he also talked about Tony like he was an object. Jerk. Iris, you don't like Fabrizio, do you? You didn't like him from the very start. And now even more so. I'm not sure if I should be telling Tony though. No, I don't care about him. Sure? Yes, Tony, I don't give a damn about Fabrizio. Well, the clouds are getting stormier. Yes, almost done. They have the sparks already. I just need to finish off. And yet no one is still looking up whatsoever. On the other hand, it's going to be a surprise. It'll be quite amusing if they stop arguing like a couple of minutes before the thunderstorm begins. Why are you even trying to be like Dora? Am I to blame for everything that has ever happened? It's much more convenient that way. I want to trust you because we have put together one of the most efficient teams that study the void, and for both of us, it's more than just a job. I want to trust you too, and I cannot take on another deputy. I need Chloe. In that case, here's my proposition. Fill me in on the details and I'll be helping you while Chloe is recovering. Deal, and you won't use the shocker on me next time? Johnny, but I really wanted to just... Yeah, I got it. Let's just agree on this for the future. Who knows what else I might get up to? Stop it, please. I prefer deputies who support my decisions. In that case, spend more time with Chloe and she'll recover faster. All done, should work. You spent a lot of time with me too, and I came back. You're fuzzy, Iris. Thanks for your help, Tony. Now we'll have our 5-minute triumph and then Dora will bite my head off. But they'll definitely stop arguing. And I'll lose my head. Oops. I hope I haven't said anything to Tony that might harm him. Let's see. Maybe we're doing something wrong. What if she'll actually benefit from hearing that her mistake was bloody stupid? Chloe's cracks are closing very slowly and I don't have a damn clue what else I could be doing. Displays of affection aren't working, so maybe there must be another way. Just tell me what it is. I'll figure it all out and she'll fucking come around at long last. Are you out of your mind? What are you doing here? Takeo told you to stay in bed. Fuck you, Johnny. And who exactly told you to perform your little knife act? What the... Outstanding. Tony's smiling. Inspire Tony to do something extraordinary. Don't let Chloe die. I'm saving people without realising. I didn't miss that. Oh, the achievement I thought I didn't get. So, at the moment, I have all the Tony achievements. Why was it... Everything else happened in order. That one is well out of order. So I got the believe in... Oh my god, if I listened to the game warning me not to do the Tony thing, I would not have found out that I could get that achievement. Don't let Chloe die. I could have let Chloe die. There's 2 people apparently I could have let die or something. And, oh my word. I'm unintentionally being really good. Iris. She found an application for the boy's superpowers. She'll go a long way. I'm not surprised that you're impressed. I'm not the only one. Dora, you should be thanking her. You were bickering here instead of getting the hell away, clearing your heads and then having a chat. This will calm you all down. I'll manage just fine. Go back to rest. Chloe, the radar should be covered and the lab too, since it's all set up. See to it since you're up anyway. Okay. Chen, want me to make you an umbrella? There's never a reason before, and now there is. So if I refuse, you won't even try making one? You got me. Seriously, are you going to just pretend like nothing's happening? Chen, we haven't come to any resolution, so why are you joking around with him? So the gist of it is, until we arrive at something Dora approves of, I should be chained to the bus and sustained only by bread, water and spleen. Brilliant. See, he's the one that jokes more than Iris. But Iris, every word she says, oh, you're still joking, Iris. I don't know why the game is called this. I'll issue orders to find the thickest and heaviest chains. Dora, why did you... Because the problem is still unresolved. At this rate, it never will be. Let's drive off. We'll talk more later. I got the Tony achievement. I'm so pleased. The only thing I want to write down in my diary is, Kit Kat was uncle. You don't say. I have a feeling I shouldn't have dragged Tony into this. By the time the thunderstorm began, they were almost done arguing anyway. Iris, you definitely did before. I think that today a good few people were on the very edge and they managed to hold back. You mean Third and Johnny, to say the least. Maybe you're right. So many things happened. By the way, you said we would continue our conversation later. Sounds a bit Dora style. Anyway, I've got my imaginary notebook and I'm all ears. Promise not to force feed me? Iris, I want to say goodbye. What do you mean? Planning on disappearing again? No, I need to go for good. Is my inner voice intending to ignore me? I am a threat to you. What? You're being very mysterious and I understand nothing. Let me try to explain. I managed to cut your episode short today, almost immediately. And it began just like last time, right after the flashback. When you wouldn't reply. Yes, each of your flashbacks is like a window. As soon as it's open, come sensations. The air, the ground below, the lock of hair brushing against the cheek. That window used to only be slightly ajar, but with every new flashback I can feel more and I can do more. So you're saying you stopped another show and got impressed? What a massive threat. More like stunned. There's so much outside, everywhere. It's like coming out into the sunlight from an underground bunker. And you're forgetting Johnny. Oh, you mean that scream? Well, can we just agree never to do that again? I wasn't thinking what I was doing. I just got scared. But didn't you use my vocal cords? My voice? Me? Yes, which is why I have to go. I'm gradually turning into you, displacing you, not on purpose, but it feels so natural. It's like everything like it has always been. The only weird thing is now I am left-handed. This can't be. I was the one who saw you most. I couldn't possibly not recognize you. I just couldn't. I have only realised it myself today. There's almost no memory left. My world is far away. My body is dead. These things don't happen for real. Maybe in films. Iris? I think I could have been your reflection. You don't braid your hair when you're nervous. You don't bite your lips. I do. You don't know how to tuck in your shirt so that it drapes accurately. Oh, and so that bra can be kind of seen, but not too much. Perfect. We should try it sometime. Are you joking? Still trying. You're better at it though. No, she isn't. My thoughts are scattered as hell while I need to say so much right now. I feel so stupid. Let me say it then. It's good that we have met, even if this way at least. And we can talk to each other even if this way, yes? Where do you want to go and why do you think you can do it? I wanted to ask you for so long. Do you remember anything else I didn't see? Told Taker about you. Michelle says Fenrir used to avoid mirrors before he met you. Can I do all of them? I think I can do all of them. There's something farther out there completely different. What do you think you'll be able to get there? I just know. I've wanted to ask you for so long. One winter, you really surprised me. You ran into the trailer, smooched in the mirror for like 3 minutes straight, even applying lipstick a few times, and then ran back out. What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't know you were there. We were filming The Whitening. Then, as the director informed me early in the morning that he had a new vision for this scene. Which scene? In the hotel. I'm sitting in the lobby sipping champagne and this young detective turns up and says he needs my prince. Prince? I say, finishing my drink. Just a second. I bring the flute to my lips and kiss it dramatically. Here you are. The man looks into my bottomless eyes, comes up clear, and the glass shatters. And then you two kiss? How did you guess? You see, it was a very narrow flute, and I wanted to come across as someone who was totally used to gifting men their lip prints on the glass. Someone who was very self-confident. Couldn't they just find a prop with a lip print on it already? I hoped they would at first too, but we weren't taking the easy way. So did it work out all right? At take one. I'm glad we didn't exercise for nothing. Do you remember anything else I didn't see? Hardly anything. Random bits and pieces, flashes, no whole picture, I'm sorry. Told Taker about you, do you still not mind? I don't know, I think he won't believe you about this. But actually, you said something about me to him. You said you wanted your inner voice and your prototype to be somehow connected. I started thinking about it, and that's when I actually understood that. Iris, thank you. The way you care about me means a lot. You saw me, and I don't mean just watched me, but you looked, you saw, understood. This is the strangest friendship in my entire life. Same here. Michelle and Fenrir used to avoid mirrors before he met you. And then comes the weird part. He sort of had appointments with a doctor to work on his phobia, but never reflected there. He used cameras at home. Maybe it was the same with the doctor. You're going to bring up the barbershop now, but I simply do not know why he used to go there. Damn it. It's because one can cope with a bit of mirror time for the sake of a beard trim. Cameras must have failed to reflect it in its full splendour. Really is a nice to touch, to stroke. Shh, I'm not ready for the details. I'm sorry, but do you have any idea why Fenrir murdered you? I do not. I loved him so much. Love him. Sorry, I wish I could find out too. I don't know if I will get to the bottom of this, but I promise to braid my hair sometimes like you. Listen, I will probably forget everything again, but us, our conversations, arguments, the silly little things, something will be left of those, like ripples on the water. The illogical trust, the understanding, the closeness. The habit of talking to the voices in one's head. And feeling for them a little. Because the voices in our head aren't just any voices, but the very best ones. Absolutely. We'll meet one day, Iris. We won't recognise each other and we'll become friends all over again, and you'll have to teach me how to joke once more. Sounds like a fairy tale, inspiring yet a fairy tale. Said the reflected girl as she stared skeptically at her imaginary friend. Or not an imaginary one at all. Do you really believe that this isn't the last time we talk? I really do want to chat with you once again. So would you please continue to joke, just in case? Alright, maybe there'll be a cuddling open bar next time. There better be. She crying?
words subsided, give way to calm. Every bruise, every teardrop on the floor, one day blow a fuse. Then the void is near, broken to feet, and would you still keep the faith? Walls of stone, ancient by fear, fall asleep in her embrace. Cut me loose. There's so many more to come. Is it time to choose? With a knife in my hand, I still feel disarmed. The weight of truth mutes the words, beats like a drum, makes you want to prove. Then the void is here, broken to feet, and will you still keep the faith? Walls of stone, ancient by fear, fall asleep in her embrace.
Got an achievement. Lose the one you never had. We also had a full song. Okay. Kikot was uncool. Hi Iris, how are you? Have you had any other flashbacks? Want to discuss what happened in Kikot? Oh, not really. Maybe you need something and I can. Damn it, my letter is starting to look like a questionnaire. Sorry, there are so many things I want to write, but sentences don't come out right. I cannot get my head around Kikot. Please send your answer back with Leo, please. Hi Iris, how are you? Did you get the previous letter? Leo says everything's fine, but maybe he gave the envelope to Dora or got something wrong. Write back, please. Iris, do you not want to talk to me or talk at all? Did something happen? I mean, apart from... I know Dora's seen Takeo about you, but they're not telling me anything. Leo mentioned you look sad. I don't want to bother you in my letters if you need some alone time, but if you're hurting, Iris, please let me know. Roy, I'm sorry, but now it's... Roy, damn, what could I possibly even... I need a break. I don't mean from you, but I just can't. Are we coming to the end? Lose the one you never had. But she's got a lot of achievements still to go. If you keep the mirror in your pocket at all time, it'll break sooner or later. It's been fine for some time and don't know when it... I was talking to Chen, then it was the damn farm, then somewhere in Kikot, I put it away in my pocket. Here goes, shattered. Nothing flashing in there anymore. Maybe I cannot see because of the cracks. So now that Iris 2 left, it broke the mirror. And the reflection in the mirror was Iris 2. And so now that there is no Iris 2, the mirrors stop. I think that's what that is. Just like it should be. Normal. Empty. Damn it. What would I do with it now? Iris, I told you no one fixes mirrors. Uh-huh. And it's your turn. You go, and I'll wait there. Uh-huh. He's already taken my pulse, listened to my lungs, and filled three glass tubes with my blood. I wish they would all just leave me alone. How do you feel? I feel. Be more specific. Tolerable. And you? General indicators are fine. Thanks for asking. Dora tells me you refuse to eat. Iris, do you really skip all the meals except for dinner? Probably. You're not sure? I eat when I'm hungry. Noted. So do you feel any weakness? I don't. And I also don't feel a damn thing answering stupid questions. Would you say your sleeping regime is any different? No. All right. By the way, should we discover a new land, what would you want it to be? Say interesting. I see. Let's do a few standard procedures. Is it going to be one of those surprise your patient procedures? Almost. Iris, please create an object that fits in this logical sequence and explain your choice. What for? Are you saying you're not in the least curious to try? I don't know. Not quite. I guess I could create a bust of Plato and claim this is how I see it. Will that do? Of course, proceed. What if I call Dora over here and tell her that the doctor is doing experiments on me? What if this is exactly what he's expecting? Oh my, I understand nothing. And I also don't actually remember Plato that well. Damn it. I suppose I can come up with something less philosophical. For example, objects made from different materials. And I could use them to create modern art. I mean, anything can be used to create modern art. Huh. So there's the other option. Now then. Create a conceptual piece. Say I pour the liquid from the glass on the pillow. Then I cut out the wet piece. Then I colour the whole over with marker pen to make it conceptual. All that's left to do is fix the entire piece with lacquer spray and exhibit it in a museum. Curious. Let's complicate things. Please create an object associated with each of the ones here. Practitioners, scientists, and anyone who sleeps inside the bus but not far from me. Very white void. They all have something to do with the expedition. Good. And I cannot create full-scale expedition because I don't have the capacity for it. You want me to make do with something symbolic? Maybe. Well, it's not getting any clearer, you know. Is being clear a necessary condition? No. But if you don't explain to me what it all means in the end, I'll threaten you. See, I'm doing it already. Good. Great, even. Oh, put your mirror on the table. I understand I was supposed to create it, but I won't be able to produce the exact same one. And even if I could, this mirror actually fits. The one I'd create wouldn't. Because she is. It is highly unlikely that you'd be able to create a mirror, only a reflecting surface. Dora mentioned something along those lines. It's a shame that the doctor agrees with her, and there's no fixing it. It can be fixed in theory, but you'd have to find a specialist with relevant experience. So no fixing it. Let's get back to our task. Give your arguments why your mirror fits here, please. It is from my first discovered land, and the other Iris liked it, and it matters to me personally. And not just that. Damn it, I cannot put in the words right. Iris, tell me, did you think of the mirror right away, or did you consider a few options first? Kind of both? No, I cannot say this. I thought of it straight away. Non-trivial. But I suppose it works. Let's continue. Now you need to remove one of the vessels. I knew the degree of insanity was supposed to keep raising, but aren't they somewhat the same? Look closer. So these are not 3 things with water and an empty one, but 3 things with water of different temperatures and an empty one. Glorious. You're keeping your motives hidden, and I believe you're a true professional, so I intend none of this is stressing me out. Pretend none of this is stressing me out. Regarding the latter, actually, Iris, we're almost done for today. Alright, but I want to remove 2, or more like leave 2, so you'll get uncomfortable too. Good, proceed. I'll come up with the most stylish explanation, going for a wow effect. Leaves the cold and empty ones. The void appears to be foggy white, and it could also be cold. Although I'm not sure it would still be the void. There must be nothing there, or will one nothing and one brr do well? What do you think? Your theory has a right to exist, even though you've picked the darkest of all. Can I cause a bit of chaos? Sure. Poof, and I'm at least 1/3 optimist, or is it 2/3 pessimist, or 1/3 pessimist, 1/3 optimist, and 1/3 showing off? I'm afraid I'll never know the truth. You've left the empty one. Oh damn. It simply fits my concept nicely. I see. Thank you, Iris. I'll come back with your welcome as soon as you explain it all to me, or at least some of it. Is it the threat you promised? Alright. In fact, I wanted to ask you a favour. Can you repeat this last procedure with the others from your group? Yes? No? Damn. Weren't they all just here before me? One by one, yes, while you can get them all together and record their choices diligently. I don't think it's necessary. Doctor, I'm terrible at doing things when I don't see the point in them. I might even forget to do them. Completely. Your group needs some new experiences now. The more you're occupied with theories and questions of what for, the sooner you'll move on. And you, Iris, you personally need attention. So you could say I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Hi, Poochel. I think there are even more birds, and none of them will try clawing the answers from you. I never noticed you using claws. Not yet. Is the observation about attention the only one you have regarding me? No. But your choices do not have unambiguous interpretations, and imposing your own is unprofessional. Absolutely. Still, I can share my interpretation if you feel the need to hear it. Just bear in mind that my conclusions are subjective. Ask for his interpretation. Do share. Your answer about the empty vessel in the final case is not important. I could have asked about any other. What is important is your reaction. You're being defensive. There is something you don't want to talk about. Or it was indeed simply about the concept, which is less likely, but possible. Yes. In both cases, you use reasoning that no one else would. With the mirror, you pointed out yourself that only one specific object would work and not its limitation. Your inner outlook of the world is especially important to you now, and you are feeling it acutely. I don't want to comment, of course. Thanks for the explanation, though. I'll try to fulfill your request. I'll do the experiment and put my own collection of incredulous faces together. You'll have to share your glasses with me, though. Of course, thank you. I'll let Dora know. That question, Iris, what do you think? Has your state of mind changed? As in, am I doing better or worse? No, is it the same or different? If it's the same, I have an idea we could try. And if it's different, in that case, I'll ask you to prove it to me. Whoa. If I can convince Takeo that I am all good now, I'll be able to see Roy again. If I say, however, that nothing has changed, Takeo will come up with something else, I guess. There are no changes. I don't need to see Roy. I need to see Tony. Tony is my person. My state of mind hasn't changed at all. Do I understand correctly that you've not experienced any other loss of control episodes? You understand incorrectly, but I sure no longer will. I can't decide whether to tell him or not. But maybe Takeo will have something new to offer. Or just inform me I should eat more. Or accept more external control. Or all of the above. Let's see. I should have told you, but everything started happening and in Keycott? Yes. You should have, but you had no suitable opportunity. Nor did I want to. Aha, first I saw a rolling orange and then the flashback happened, but I sort of came around. Not for long though. I noticed Johnny creating a knife and wanted to yell. Can't remember exactly what, definitely not his name, and what came out, well, you know. And then you managed to convince Tony to create a thunderstorm. Impressive. So you're saying you first had a flashback, then a break during which you kept in control, and only then the loss of control? Yes. And what does the other Iris have to say about those events? The other Iris has disappeared. Since then there have been no flashbacks, no loss of control, and no other stuff. But you told me that nothing has changed. Why? Well, I don't know. You do not want to admit that the other Iris has disappeared, or talk about it. Despite the fact that you may not like this, chances are she has carried out her function you can now manage on your own. I can, but I don't want to. Function. I suggest we observe. Let me know if anything changes, alright? Aha. I'm going to ask you a few questions now. Please answer with the first thing that comes to mind. When people say that, all sorts of nonsense comes to mind. Iris, do you have nightmares? Purple elephant. Purple? How curious. Let's begin. Why wasn't he surprised by the elephant? Was it too basic? Does everyone think of the elephant first thing? Do you feel safe? Yes. Are you afraid of anything? I don't know. No, I guess. Haven't really noticed. Were you afraid of that your prototype might die? This is similar to, were you afraid that the sky might fall down? I couldn't even imagine it. Are you afraid that your prototype might die? Didn't she die already? It is possible to fear what has already happened, imagining it, going back into your mind to the event. I doubt you're right, sorry. For me, fear is a reaction to an explicit threat. Good. Close your eyes, imagine the moment just before your prototype's murder. Are you scared? Yes. But you are safe, right? So I'm scared for her, not myself. Imagine you could make her safe. One action, what would you do? I'd take Serena to be by my side. Hold on a second. This is exactly what I did. I mean, maybe it wasn't me, but we were both here. Safe. And then it was me who came under threat. And she hid the other Iris from the threat. Fuck, damn, Stupid recursion. Turns out the best possible outcome I'd want for her did happen, but she died. But, Iris, are you alright? This is insane. In a good sense or bad? I don't know. Thank you. I was expecting a somewhat different result and at a later time, but I suppose we can deem the current effect satisfactory. Aha. In a good sense. Well then, I think we're done here. I will inform Dora of the lab results. My preliminary diagnosis, physically you are fine. Hold on, did you say fine? Don't I undereat? Most likely that is due to stress. I believe the situation will change shortly. You've shocked me to my very core, and I'll start eating now to somehow cope with it all. Something like that, yes. I have no idea what to do with what came to my mind. You will figure it out. Or I won't. Or actually, I will get to it, yes. See? Oh, we're getting counts again. Days after death 52. Green! Today the radar was humane enough to go off around 11 o'clock. An hour before that we stopped for breakfast. For me, I mean for the night owls, or call it a second breakfast for the early birds. Anyway, we had the pleasure of exploring the friendly world of food. Sorry, there's a sharp bit of skin at the bottom of my fingernail. And now we set up camp in the woods. There are trees, in fact, more like there's a whole load of trees, and 3 loads of shrubs. I know it isn't a trivial reason to get excited, but then after a month and a half in the fields, it works. Dora says they've stabilised this part of the road not that long ago, and the community has grand development plans for the area. I wonder if the new land we're about to discover is going to affect them in any way. By the way, we didn't go to watch the practitioners shoot their pretty paints. We got swamped with various daily chores. Setting up camp is essential. Or maybe we just don't want to see anyone. Or we think they'll do more than fine without us. I thought Third would have reminded us to go, but no. Hey Iris, stop complaining. I hope the rest are missing us big time. Dora, does it happen often that something is detected as a result of paint shooting? Like any menacing outlines? Or enticing silhouettes? Not that often, and it's usually the former. So there may be a hot spring and a plant that will highlight it. In such cases, we inform the community and touch nothing for the time being. Then we wait for additional specialists and equipment. I see, thanks. Oh, zoomies! Zoomies from Poodle. You heard that, Third. Remember talking about the volcano? Looks like this cruel world doesn't leave us too much of a chance to discover one. You know, I did ask Chloe about it. She says that paint won't necessarily show the volcano if it's deeper into the land or if the land is large. There's also a risk that it's dormant. In that case, we may be allowed to discover it, but there's a whole set of instructions on how not to wake it. Aha. Is someone secretly hoping to discover a volcano and admire it from a safe distance? No, Iris, it is very dangerous, although it would have been something, don't you think? Totally. And we could also warm up our breakfast on a dormant volcano. Iris, you think it's impractical? Absolutely. Still joking. But I think I read somewhere that it was possible to do that for real. Oh, amusing. I should probably ask someone about it. By the way, it's good that you're eating again. Does Dora no longer make you eat up my meals? What? No, I'm just happy for you. Ah, well, thanks then. You've caught me again. All right. Dora, I'm done, and so is everyone else, I believe. Any other assignments? Good job. I guess there are none for now. Is it maybe finally time to do that signature experiment of Tago's, since we're not doing anything else? We're staying in camp all day today. How about later? Not implying anything here, but you're suggesting we do it later for the 5th time now. Do you disapprove of modern science or something? It's got nothing to do with science. First, we were on the move, then Tony was asleep, then we had to set up camp, and now everyone is tired. You think we won't manage one choice per person? It's midday already, which is what, too late for grand accomplishments? Right, why all this personal commitment? Good question. I'm just bored. We didn't go to watch the practitioners shoot paint. We're doing nothing, so why not? But I guess Dora needs a solid argument. Takeo asked that we did it, no? You seem very overzealous. And you seem overzealous in avoiding it. Ah. No, Iris, just say something that will work for her. It's not the time to make the curator's life harder by telling the truth. Let's assume that I'm just trying to be useful. Fine, I'll get everyone. Why was she so resistant? Takeo said we were to conduct an experiment. It is compulsory and very important. Basically, there's an empty vessel and 3 of them with water, hot, cold and lukewarm. You need to remove one. Everyone picks 1 out of the 4, disregarding choices others made before them. Iris, Takeo didn't specify what the point of the experiment was, did he? I suspect I shouldn't be telling the truth to the people I'm trying to distract. Otherwise, it will distract them from being distracted. I think we'll figure it out as we go along. I see. Are you taking part in it for the second time? No. In that case, a question to everyone else. Who's going first? So then, I'm on the other side of the table this time, and I'll definitely be drawing some conclusions. Sneaky ones. For example, if someone chooses to remove the cold water, it means they... no. For an expert opinion, I'll need context at least. I'll start with careful observation and see how it plays out. Third says, shall I go first? Third goes first. Third should go third. Should I explain my choice, I suppose? Takeo never asked me to explain mine. It was purely my initiative. Maybe I was just being mean. As you wish. Anyway, I think hot water should be poured into the teapot to make sure no one gets burnt if they forget it's hot or if they drop the cup accidentally. It's not safe to just leave it. Yes, not safe. Cool. Very practical approach, third. Yes, third. Very nice of you. But I was just doing an assignment, though. And you did a very constructive job. Thank you. Seems like Takeo forgot to mention he wanted to bring about a team competition in praising. Third's enjoying it, though, by the looks of it. Who's next? I'll try, but I need to have a closer look at them first. Identical. None with any scratches. Now then, what would Takeo ask? And you, would you like one to have scratches on it? Well, yes, in that case, I'll pick it to replace. Otherwise, I don't see the point of removing any of them in particular. Maximilian is being a disruptor, so out of the blue. Justify your choice, please. If I were to pour water from one thing to another, for example, nothing would change. They're all the same. Now, the things themselves, they could be used. Do you mean any ways in particular, Maximilian? Like put odd bits in them, say protein bar wrappers, or whatever Tony found back in that city besides the cup, or your female things. Or we could make these things into extra bowls for Apricot. You think he needs more? I can carry them with me. No, I meant for the outside, so you don't have to bring them in and out. Oh, Apricot will like that. And third, weren't you reading up on tea ceremonies recently? Well, you'll be able to practice with these. Yes, but there are so many items involved. We've got a teapot already. Got to start somewhere. Actually, our teapot, I don't mind, Maximilian. I think we can give it a try. Aha. Okay, Maximilian, I get your idea. So we're not removing any. Thanks. Maximilian got so carried away. Curious. Damn it, I want a writing pad like Takeo's. I've got a question, unless anyone minds. Third, what if you ever picked a vessel that couldn't be used further? Third, Maximilian, which vessel would you both pick and then hand to each other? Maximilian, what other things do you reckon we could use? Kind of the middle one gets my attention. He said he could keep things inside, so he needs the empty one. And you, Maximilian, which one would you hand to third? The cold one, obviously. How come? What for? Spill it. Well, it's pure logic, no? If you cannot pour the hot water out, you can at least add cold water to it. We'll be safe that way. Indeed, thanks, Maximilian. It hasn't actually crossed my mind. Okay, moving on. Tony? 3 left now, 1 removed. It's still on the table though. You more like hid it. No, I removed it by placing one into the other. Okay, fine. I thought I understood him better. Or he understood me. Dora, your turn now. She doesn't have to. I don't actually mind. I think this one should go. I don't like lukewarm water. If there's another option, I'd rather drink it hot or cold. Cold or hot. The empty one can have some practical use, so I don't have anything against it. Me, I cannot drink cold water. Grips my throat straight away. All water is good. I'm generally with Tony on this one, but I prefer hot water for making tea, you know? And you, Iris? I've got a question, actually. If you were to conduct this experiment yourselves, what would you do differently? Tony. Distribute the bowls among everyone. We are 5 and the bowls are 4. I'd give each a bowl except myself. What for? You give and you explain. If you can come up with 4 different explanations, that is a good creativity challenge. What would you have done? Third. I explained my choice, but I've just realised you never asked me to, so I'd specifically ask for explanations. Here. How come? Didn't you enjoy analysing people's behaviour based purely on your own guesswork? Might guess wrong though. I mean draw wrong conclusions, which will then lead to... It was a joke. Oh well, yes. Like right now. Dora! The bridge! It's on! Today. Phew! Hey, water! Marco, it's... hot. Out of my tongue! Oh well, followed up with cold, so no sweat. Looks like we should have removed the hot one. You should see a doctor. No way, it's bridge time. Come on, let's dash, eh? Johnny said to come get you. Today? Didn't they finish up with the paint? Yes, but when I bounced, the bridge was already rolling. You coming or what? Okay. I need to give myself a bit more to drink. So give me a second. Okay. I'm back. Hello, Poodle. What are you eating? Oh, are you crunching on the broccoli stalk? Good boy. Good boy, Poodle. Remy, I'm not in the kitchen anymore. I'm over here now. Remy's staring at the kitchen. Remy's staring at the kitchen. Okay. Just you look at it. At this rate, it'll only take a couple of minutes. Dope! Damn it, I wanted to tell Takeo about all this sudden choice, like sudden chaotic end of the experiment. I wonder if he'll smile or say something philosophical. For example, if you're already... Why do I keep coming up with these words that aren't even in the sentence? For example, if you're too late to pick a vessel, then life will do it for you. Thanks, Iris. Can't help but admire how in sync they are. No one seems to be cracking. It's very smooth this time. Yeah, like no sweat at all. Ow, my tongue's like I've been licking a piece of emery. You really should. Yoo-hoo, yay, nicely done. Hot stuff. You guys rock. I'll be damned, it's a whole forest out there. Amazeballs. So we're going to be here a few days then? You bet. Ah, stupid tongue. First we set up camp in the forest and then we find an endless extra supply of these trees. Like we haven't discovered anything new but rather put different pieces of the whole together. I wonder what happened to this forest to make it split into 2 parts, just floating in the void. Are there even just 2? Although I might be better off not knowing. When bothered, let alone dragged elsewhere, manners aren't just a figure of speech, you know. What is this emergency, Dora? Do you ever stop to... Here, have a look at Marco. Hurry, he's got a burn. It ain't even a big deal. Why am I not surprised? Go on, show me. What a sight. Marco drank some very hot water by accident. Not boiling water, sure, but still. Oh, this is totally the end. Tragic. You'll have to keep munching on ice for the rest of the day now, Marco, and keep your mouth shut while at it. It ain't hurting that much, though. Don't want to freeze my teeth off. In that case, just wait it out. It's not lethal. She actually got a doctor because he burnt his tongue. She actually went and got a doctor. I can't with this woman. Adios, I'm going back to Tego. No, Otto, wait. Why did they decide to span the bridge today? Oh. Johnny said the land was close, and since there was plenty of rested practitioners, why not? Tako approved. What about Chen? And where is she actually? That one's trending question lately. Can you just give a normal answer? She's asleep. Tako figured she could use some pills, could help her with all the stress and overworking and stress from overworking. I see, thank you. Thank yous don't pay the bills. Keep Marco away from the hot water next time, as well as from any liquids, just to be on the safe side. That one's got sticky fingers. You're lucky he isn't studying for a degree in mixology yet. Totes, I'd mix in some cold water and then I wouldn't burn myself. And if... Chen is asleep while Chaco and Johnny are working. I'm a bit worried about Chen. I'm sort of worried about her non-presence. Not saying the doctor spiked her tea with some sleeping pills, but it's strange not seeing Chen when the new land is being discovered. By the way, why aren't we keeping busy? The bridge is there, the practitioners are off investigating, and that's it. Even Otto and Marco found something to do, and we're just standing around. How come? I wasn't expecting us to find a forest. Is forest bad? Not as such, but you see, lands like this sometimes carry the marks of war, to put it mildly. The practitioners will now segment the territory and then comb it through with their metal detectors and other equipment. We should probably check with Johnny when they are planning on completing the first stage, but I'm afraid that Chloe needs someone bulked up to lug around boxes of samples back at the scientist camp. We will be grateful for the help if you allow it. Of course. Maximilian, third. Yes. All right. Third is always raring to go ahead of everyone else, and now he's not even looking at Johnny. Everyone else has a couple of hours or so of free time, and there's work for you too. I remember. Ah, Pootle, did you get into your little bed? Remy is now in his little house, the tea-cozy looking house, staring at me. He's blind, but he's staring at me. Mr. Remy, are you listening to me talking? Remy says, I'm going to pretend everything you say is you talking to me. Yeah, everybody's talking to Remy. I'm not talking to the people. I'm not talking to you. I'm facing you, but I'm talking to Remy. Yeah, I talk to Remy. Remy's staring in my direction with blind eyes going, oh, you sweetie. I remember. I've told everyone already that we have an event coming up in the evening. I'll let you know if anything comes up. Don't be too bored. So we've got some free time, but not much. Let's go back to camp. Damn it, I won't have enough time to open the door to the police station. I actually wanted to talk to someone in private. Dora, and may I talk to Tony? Go for a quick walk and take Tony with me? Yes. Don't go too far though. Stay within my field of vision and please don't do anything stupid. I wasn't going to, but now it's beginning to look enticing. I wonder how far her field of vision goes. It's so pretty. Okay. Save game. Walk with Tony. Okay. Normal life for a change. Can just wander around aimlessly. Just don't leave the clearing, okay? Yeah. Iris, can I ask? Are we not having a date now because you invited me and not I invited you? Well, if it's a date, what's the difference? You know, I've got a couple of ideas, but I don't really know what you mean exactly. Ah, dates are for getting to know each other, that's what Dora says. Shall I ask you out then? Well, this is escalating quickly. Ask me out right this moment. Go on a date with me. Okay. Phew. I thought something would change immediately. We're walking around and talking, and we'll do the same now, but on a date. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a date. Very odd. Seems like someone's all mixed up in social conventions. Sorry. Listen, I think the whole point of a relationship is to do what you like and not do whatever some old rituals prescribe. You can scratch me behind the ear regardless of whether we are on a date or not. Can I? Yes, I can. Do you like it when I scratch behind your ear? Take a guess. You do. I like a lot of things. Scratch on. I do. Make sure to scratch me behind the ear more often. Okay. Close your eyes. Iris. Now open. A reflecting surface always looks like a mirror close up, but... Wait a sec. What's that on my head? Yeah, right. That stupid photo shoot. This crown would fall off or slip down all the time. There must have been a million pins in her head. Serena was joking about how they could make up a whole other crown. Everyone was saying how BAFTA was given, maybe even an Oscar, while she made a bet with a photographer that she'd be able to elegantly fit herself into the car with this thing on her head. And she won. Opened the boot, sat herself inside and claimed that it counted. Tony, why did you... Ouch, Tony, stop. No. What's happening? I'm not doing anything. You're pressing the crown into my head. It's hurting me. That's not true. I'm not pressing anything. But didn't you just let go? I cannot say that I'm pressing it. I'm like you with Fabrizio in Key Cot. You said you didn't care, but you did care. Now I'm saying I'm not pressing it, and you should too. Fuck, I need to distract him somehow. But he didn't even notice the apricot ran away. Iris? Oh, Dora, I see you. Tony, have you lost your mind? She is hurt. He just threw her. Dark Tony. I got it. I got the achievement. Tell Tony something he cannot deal with and face the aftermath. I got the achievement, which again, if I didn't take Tony for this walk, we wouldn't have got. Can I get a full house of Tony achievements? Next one is kiss. Next one is take Tony with you for the most important stage of the investigation. Okay. I got the achievement. He got to see him throw Dora with his mind. That's awesome. Enough. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. 3 hours later. Bear in mind, when I take the stitches out, it will be better. Can hardly get better than this, thank you. Oh my god, she's got like a... Iris, do you want us to do our checkups together? You'll need to clean your wound after all. All she has is a deep cut. Are you mad at me? Yes, and Tony and myself. For Iris, it was sensible to ask the strongest companion for help in Kikop. Unfortunately, it was difficult to properly assess how fragile he was. What is going to happen to Tony now? We will revert him back to his previous state and we will try to condition him again. And can Apricot help? Didn't he run away? Yes, but if the cat has not run off into the void, we should return it to Tony. Back in 5. Iris, you're not going anywhere on your own. Listen, you have suffered a strong blow to your head and it would be better not. It's fine, I'll manage. We have made a decision. For safety reasons, Tony should be placed in medical care. Johnny's in charge of transportation. Dora, would you like to extend your guardianship for a few more months? Is it how it's done? No, but Takeo, can you maybe arrange this? I can if you want me to, Dora. Of course I do. Right, now, Iris, let's go look for Apricot. Aha. Psst, psst, psst. Apricot. Kitty, kitty. Iris, who do you like more, dogs or cats? Dogs, I guess. They are loyal friends that never tire of following you no matter where you go. And what about you? Dogs. I even considered getting one, but it never came to be, as it's hard to keep a pet when you're away on expeditions a lot. And you know, what do you do if you get a pet and then it doesn't love you? Psst, 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 come here. I think that we shouldn't get pets, rather we should happen upon them by chance. That's how you both know it's fate. Like I did with you. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to compare you to a pet. I know, someone hissed at the staff while someone else wasn't planning on accepting last-minute additions to their groups. Yes, it's all fallen in place, I suppose. Apricot, kitty kitty, come out. We should have taken his toys or a few snacks with us. Kitty kitty kitty, Apricot is a smart cat. He'll resurface. I hope so. He's a great help. Maybe this time Tony takes less time to get better. Are you not afraid that things go sour again? No, I'm not letting you anywhere near Tony. Ouch. Well deserved, but still ouch. Psst, psst, psst. Apricot, come on out, Apricot. Kitty, 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 Apricot, where are you? Come here. Dora, what do you reckon? Should we find a few vinyls and a record player? Tony might like putting music on, listening to the needle whooshing, browsing the covers. Not a bad idea. Not presently, of course, but... And what if Apricot never comes back? Although, it's not about the record player. Apricot, psst, psst, psst. Apricot, kitty kitty, we're looking for you, kitty kitty kitty. Iris, I think he should be getting tasks from someone like Takeo, with others simply by his side, like family, you know, to keep him company and nothing more. I will keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't get exhausted, but... Psst, psst, psst. Apricot, where are you? Kitty kitty kitty? I don't quite understand what you mean. I think he'll be happy to see you. I mean, as a friend. Oh, no, no, no. Anyone but you, Dora, you can't. You don't know how to. Ah? Of course I'll visit him as a friend, and I'll be happy to see him too. We could go together, you and me, and Chen. He likes her, right? I'll say something already. Speak up, you're scaring me. I'm sorry, Iris, give me a minute. Got something in her eye. And now she'll act like something, like strong curators do not cry, and me, I will understand. This isn't better at all. How's it going then? I'm fine already. Fine. Damn it, your face is stitched up, your group is stupid, in part at least, and the cat has run away. Nothing is fine in the slightest. Doesn't look like it indeed. Listen, Dora, when was the last time you cried? I don't remember. Go on then, I won't tell anyone. I'll forget I ever saw it. Iris, I've got some bad news. She says she and then speaks not another word, scaring me even more. Stop clowning around. It's serious. Here you are. An anonymous source from the London police claims that Serena Elise is alive. Are you trying to traumatise me with the tabloids? Unfortunately, the news has been nearly everywhere, not just the tabloids. Glorious. Is it possible that some reflections will believe this and decide that I'm fake? Delightful. Or more like bloody delightful. Iris, watch your mouth. Fucking delightful. Anyway, I have let you know, and it's up to you what to do next. By the way, do you see anyone there? Should I? Iris, we're happy to give you our recommendations. Congratulations. Does it mean I'm coming with you now and I have no choice? To have a choice now, you should have put in more effort before. At least you won't be jobless or homeless this way. And what if I'm going to live with, who at his place or mine just as well? I'll see how it goes. Just remembered, by the way, how Michelle offered me to work for the police, so there are, in fact, even more options. And can I have recommendations for the Reflections Police? I'm not sure if they are any different from the regular ones. Iris, stop being childish. I was offered a job there, really, honestly. Want me to take you to the police station and introduce you to... Right, as far as I know, there shouldn't be any major differences. I'll double check. Thanks. Actually, hold on a second. Hold on, isn't anyone going to tell me what influenced your decisions? Let's circle back. You did our task well, and demonstrated out-of-the-box thinking with our task too. In the first discovered land you went exploring the town, that was scientifically minded. And you also remained rational in extreme circumstances. We had a thunderstorm in Keenot. That was an original idea that might not have worked. That's about it. Thanks for your explanations. Third, guess who were invited to join us on the expedition. If you change your mind, we'll be happy to give our recommendations, of course. Don't change your mind, though. I'm going to try joining the scientists. What now? I mean, what for? You've been working with us the entire time. Literally the entire time. Can I please have the recommendations? I'll do everything I can to do them justice. Enough of the fuss, Third. Are you sure? I am. Right. Tell me, does he have any chance of getting recommendations from the scientists? He has helped us a few times, more like in a practical sense, really, and guess I can talk to Johnny about asking Chen for those. In that case, there's probably a chance. Sorted then. Third, you're going with a scientist. Thanks. Maximilian, congratulations. We're happy to give you our recommendations. And Marco mentioned there was a flat available for rent not far from his place, so your accommodation will be sorted too. Well done, Maximilian. So glad. Congratulations. Let's go now. So he doesn't even get to choose or accept, he just goes. Today, members from 7 of our 8 science teams have experienced changes in their cracks, positive or negative. This happens sometimes, but certainly on a smaller scale. Maybe everyone is just very excited about trees. Their psyche has indeed been subject to new stimuli, however there's more to it. Team sizes have been reduced. With 6 or 7 people per team, usually there are now only 3, hence communication acquires a more personal character. Moreover, the level of emotional strain has gone up since Keycott. Iris, your formal task is to collect samples, plants, soil, liquids. Your actual task, however, is to watch your colleagues closely and then inform me of all the identified changes in their cracks. The circumstances, the words said prior to, and any other details you may find important. I'm relying on your memory. So basically, I just need to observe. Yes. I'm going to be bored to death. Throw something else in for good measure. Say, would you like me to figure out why everyone cracks? Why everyone cracks is a matter similar to why others hurt. There's no universal reason. Only individuals and their individual circumstances. On the other hand, you are free to build your own hypothesis. Phew! Wait a minute, I've identified a problem. Cracks are normally covered by clothes. If anyone cracks on the spot, sure, I'll guess by their reaction. The question is, how do I know if any old cracks have closed when even the person themselves may not always notice it? If you believe that anyone's emotional state has changed, ask them to check on their cracks. Find a way to justify it. Do the same too if you believe that someone has got what they wanted. What you find more comfortable, working with Chloe or Maximilian? Whoa, so the doctor knows for sure that what Max will be involved with, although they've probably discussed it. I want to work with our asexual friend. Hey there, Iris. Glad you're in my team. I'm having like a rookie's day today. A rookie's day? Yeah, Maximilian is with us. And I'm 10, of course, counts as a rookie practitioner. And I work with her now. A rookie practitioner? But she's leader of the scientists. They made a deal. Anyway, Chen will be acting as Johnny's deputy until the end of the expedition. Yay! Maximilian, come. Time to hit the forest. One can kill with kindness, one can also crush with enthusiasm. Leo is dangerous. Iris, you've got the magic touch, so pick where we go. Should we go to the water? There's a mark on the tree. There it is. Should I maybe do a quick run and find the rest? Sure does look like a cross-country running route, but who knows? What if there's treasure at the end of the route? It would have long been found, Leo. These markings may well lead straight into the void, or some dead end. Be right back. He's way too cheerful. How about I take a brief walk along the stream and check if we missed anything out? For some reason it sounds like a slim excuse. I think you're nervous. Is everything alright? Yes, it's all good. You're backing away from me. No, I'm not. It's just that we've already been alone before, just you and me, remember? Well, true, but not in a forest. Don't be upset. I didn't mean to. Oh, is he shivering? A panic attack, damn. Listen, shall I explore the stream on the other side? This increases our chances of another find. Uh-huh. Ouch. Was that an ouch as in he bumped against something, or was that a crack closing? And that's why it's itching. Technically he should have felt better. Max wanted to keep away from me, and I gave him some space. Or is it because he's stressing? I mean, that would definitely affect someone's emotional state. Or he bumped into a tree and that's it. And I can't even sneak a peek. I hope Leo gets back soon. It's a proper track after all, just like I thought. Why are you two so apart? We're exploring the stream along each of the banks. So this is the track large? Yes, but also almost no elevation. I'm not even out of breath. Nice one. And Iris, thanks. I've come off it before he got back. Hold on, are all your cracks still in place? And where would they... You know, they have closed a bit. Right, they did itch. I mean, how did you know? It was a lucky guess. Congratulations. My guess is I'll have to sample it. Don't get your hopes up. The first bottle I ever found was quite shit, to be honest. In fact, there's no damage to the bottle. Everything should be fine. This is an expensive and quality wine. It has aroma and a strong hint of berries. Cool, beginner's luck. Does it go better with fruit or cheese? Brie. Literally, I'll come see you the next time I need advice. I love exploring new lands. Our emotional states at this point must all be berry scented. How do I go about checking others' cracks? I'm very pleased, and yet none of my cracks are closing. Nor are mine. I guess I'll need more than one bottle for that. I also see no changes. Still an amazing find. The pearls escape their shells and move to a forest stream. And they've got piercing. I mean, those holes on the side. Some tasteless bracelet or necklace. We're wasting time. No, it's actually an important find. Let's collect them. And what are you going to do with them? You've been on this expedition for a month and a half and you don't know? Tell him, Iris. What, you don't know either? No kudos to Dora. Are you guys mocking me or something? I've been doing this for years and you're the first group that fell for this. You're just goofing around. Yes, no events though, of course. I thought one of you might actually give me an idea. Or Johnny can always decide later, I suppose. I wouldn't put it past Johnny to string them together and offer it as a gift. You don't say no to gifts from the leader of the practitioners. Ouch, itchy. Ha, even got a crack to close up. Laughter is the best medicine. The best medicine that changes the emotional state. I want to hit you just a little. Excellent. Aggression is a healthy and productive feeling. I want to as well. Alright, let's do something else, however. We didn't have these 5 hours later, 1 hour later things before. First, we went to the stream. Leo tried to prank me and Max. When we realised he was just goofing around, he literally glowed up and the crack closed. That is because he was having fun. You may have noticed already that Leo is not a sad person as such. Well, he was extra fun at the stream. He even came out with this awful saying, and I quote, "Laughter is the best medicine." Very optimistic of him. Be warned, this is about someone else's secret, so I cannot share any details with you, only the general outline. It will probably still be useful. Let's give it a try. One of Maximilian's cracks has closed. I kept my distance and didn't pry, and he was grateful for it. I think he wanted to be left alone. A painful subject? Yes. In that case, very likely so. Where did you go next? More trees? Is it? Well, there's a heart carved into that tree. Always gets me thinking, do they carve together or does someone try to lure the happiness in? Sometimes these dreams are unattainable. Ugh. Why would you dream of anything like this? Nonsense. It's not nonsense, and I didn't mean myself. I had a crack. They clearly couldn't find any common ground. But I'm not sure this is the reason. So who did Leo mean? Did you mean someone you were worried about? Aha. Is that person sad because of their feelings? She is sad and she won't admit it, and I don't know how to help her. I really wish it was nonsense. I'm sorry. When the others call something important to someone you care about nonsense, it is upsetting at the least, and it certainly affects the emotional state. Look what I've found. Are these puffies? What do you mean? Puffballs. If you poke one, it puffs out a cloud of dust. Let's have a competition. So everyone pick a mushroom and then poke it on my command, and whoever puffs out the most dust, that one's the hot stuff. How about just the winner? Okay, that one's the winner. Iris, you go first. Cool. Your turn, Maximilian. And now let me. Yes, you win. Congrats. Max, you know how to pick your mushrooms. On my first try too. I'm actually surprised. And where's the famous "It's Maximilian"? Nothing surprising about this. You're clearly a very lucky guy. Max is fine. Ah, you little jig. I got a Max is fine achievement. Find mushrooms in the forest. We just did, right? cannot say I agree with you. You just don't know it yet. Well, maybe. When you're this lucky, cracks close much faster. What now? Not at all. Nothing's changed. Because it's all yet to come. Max seems glad, and maybe he even wanted to win, but doesn't seem like it's enough. Oh, find mushrooms in the forest. That was that achievement. So it couldn't give me both the achievements at once. So we had to randomly have it happen separately. Something's making a noise up there. Are we going to find the cat? Wow, I hear it for real. Max, give me a leg up. This one's a perfect branch here. Be careful though. If you decide to die a tragic death, do change your mind. Everything will be fine. Wow. What is it? This freight carrier is requesting permission to land. Look what I found. This beauty was rustling up there. What do you say about tying it to the bus and making it the official expedition flag? What? Alright, not the flag exactly, but something like that. Ah, sure. Let me carry it then. Thanks. Just imagine how awesome it will look like floating above the buses. Listen, Leo, how excited are you on a scale from a little to all my cracks have closed at once? Very excited, but not in the crack sense. This is another type of joy. Yep, nothing's changed. What do you mean by another type? Well, I don't know. I'm just having fun, is all. Let's get back to work. Then we went to the big tree. Leo talked about unattainable love. Max said this, quote, "Why would you dream of anything like this? Nonsense." And Leo cracked just under the collarbone. Leo got upset about Maximilian being upset. Elaborate, please. Leo wanted to talk about feelings, share something personal, and Maximilian immediately focused on his "puh," or to quote precisely, "ugh," and that made Leo upset. This one funny thing also happened. Leo's cracks didn't close, even though he took the kite off the tree and was very excited. And it was very obvious to him that his cracks wouldn't close. He said, quote, "another type of joy." Unfortunately, I didn't fully understand what he meant. However, it now seems to me that there's another criterion at play here, not quite changes in emotional state or getting something that you wanted. I cannot formulate it yet, however. Well, if you think you've grasped it, do let me know. Where did you go next? Oh, I thought that was a volcano, but it's like little teepees. Never found any branch huts before. Who are they for, anyway? I can only fit into the largest one of them, I guess. What are the other two for, then? The smallest one is cute, and the medium-sized one was probably a practice run. Are you saying that someone just put in all this effort in vain? They're clearly impractical, so it's time for me to steer the conversation. Let's see if I can affect their cracks. I think the mini hut may mean something, only we're not getting it. There are 3 of them. They're made up of smaller branches and they're all sitting in one spot. Ritual huts. This must concern creatures of different sizes. What creatures? Well, say a human, a dog and a cat, or a teenager and a couple of kids, or 10 hedgehogs, 5 hedgehogs and a single hedgehog. Won't they all fit into the larger hut? And what about personal space? Very important for the introverts among the hedgehogs. And what if somebody snores? Surely there are earplugs for that. When you're a hedgehog, but how? A hedgehog will hear the snoring either way though. So personal space it is. I find the dog and cat version realistic when they are close, yet not too close. Sorry. You're kind of in their company, but don't have to wake up with fur and slobber all over you. Same thing goes for people. Yeah. That's exactly what we're saying. Looks like everyone's emotional states are intact. I mean, all we did was discuss slobber and hedgehogs. We are, well, in good time. Okay, after that we went to the brunch huts. Brunch huts? Is she saying... Is she trying to say branch? They went to the brunch huts. I tried to affect their emotional state somehow, but probably not enough. No changes to the cracks. It's harder than it seems. Aha. Where did you go next? Oh, I didn't realise there was another one. Ooh. You can see the forest reflected in the mirror. Hence, this is not a mirror. Looks like some thin layer stretched over the base of something. Well, yes, and it would reflect us too if we came up closer. I'll pass. Why? Because I don't want to. In fact, I don't like it here at all. It's too darksome. Yeah, word. I even thought for a second there was blood on the tree next to the spider web. There's lots of spider webs. Which spider web am I supposed to be looking at? Must have been a huge spider that chased someone and ate. Iris, don't say things like that out loud, please. And here's the poor victim's skull, once a mighty creature of life. I don't even know whose it is. Stop discussing those creepy bones, will you? Creepy bones made from paperboard. Oh, really? So dope. Just too cool. I hung it on the bus. Why would you do that? It's grim. Not grim, brutal. Us practitioners were like bikers, but on a bus. So what, is it going to make things better for you? Seems like a cheap swag to me. Come on, no way. Let me explain the deets to you. It's been long since I saw myself head to toe. Well, almost head to toe. It's like there should be a chair here, or maybe even a lounger. She'd sit down, get out another script and start reading, and then... It's funny that I've seen Serena braid her hair on purpose. You get lost in the script or book or your own thoughts, and then, dearie me, what's that on my head? Must have had this 1,000 times. You're almost unaware of your fingers moving. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, damn. Too thick. I've grabbed more hair than usual. Okay, let me try this again. Well, this one is too thin. What the... I've reflected this so many times and now I can't even simply repeat the movements. Just do what Serena used to, maybe. I am her reflection, for crying out loud. Was her reflection. And now I'm trying to braid a plait on purpose, getting mad that I cannot do what she used to do, while she had never in fact done this. As if I'm chasing after minor details while overlooking the bigger picture. Overlooking her. I've been talking too much. Iris is spaced out too. You look at her. Iris, do you want a skull too? Just say so and we'll copy it, right? No, Leo, I'm just thoughtful. Shall we maybe go already? Yes, it's time. I'll tell Johnny about our finds. Eventually we ended up in some photo zone. It wasn't cosy there, but that had no effect on anything. Thank you, Iris. I will put the data you have collected to good use. I can also have a word with Chen and secure you a spot with the expedition if you would like that. Our expedition? Yes. Whoa. Well done to me. Well done to who? Me. So do I stay with the expedition or not? Which answer gets me Tony? Which answer gets me Tony? I think no. Right, let me... Yes or no? I say no. No, but thanks for the offer. Noted. See you around then, Iris. I hope no one has seen me wake up with a huge smile. What was that? Tell you about the voices. Complete scientist tasks, at least 2. Well, opened on his. I've got kiss and take Tony with me. I've got 2 more things to do with Tony. Okay. Nothing with Johnny. Very little with Roy. Dora, see, there's only 2 things left for Dora. Don't let third die. There's only 1 more thing with Max. So we look like we're coming near to the end. Fabrizio's a bastard. Okay. I didn't even think it was possible. An anti-nightmare. Apricot! Where are you? Apricot? Dora! What is... Ah, so he's back. I think he sneaked back in at night and now he's awake and hungry, or looking for his human. Guess I'll feed him and take him to Tony then. I was going to visit the hospital anyway. I hope Tony's doing better. Me too. Let's go, Apricot. Can I not go? I want to go. Damn, but it's good that Apricot is safe and sound. Phew. Judging by the sounds outside, Max and Third are at the camp. I didn't exactly get a chance to have a proper talk with them after Keycott. It's right about time, or not. All in all, I finally have some time on my hands to visit the police station. And come evening, Dora will definitely find something to entertain me with. So I'm finally free for a while. Finally. Damn it, I've never been there all alone. By the way, the doctor's restriction regarding certain practitioners is checkered shirts is still in force. Damn. Dora and I are on good terms. I think she'll agree to help me with the door. Anyway, time to make up my mind. There is an achievement to never open a door on my own. But I think I did it, didn't I? I think I've already done one. I'll manage on my own. I think I've already done one. Oh, great. This bastard. Confirm about the evidence, figure out what that newspaper hoax originated from, and... hoped it would be better for you, moving on, forgetting about me, and sort of leaving us in the past. That's nonsense. How could I ever forget you? I thought you didn't want to keep in touch anymore. Now this is nonsense. We're partners. We're twinnies. Remember how Carl thought we were indeed twins and he only lasted 2 weeks before he had to totally ask how our mum had pulled that off? You then told him our mum wanted the brother to be slightly older and protect his sister, and I almost had him convinced. I'm just so glad you're here. Good news, Fab talks to different women differently. Bad news, I seem to be his type. Hi Iris, didn't see you there. Yes, me too, Iris. Thank you for helping us reconnect. I can see you're happy indeed. I could try calling Michelle to the side, but I'm afraid she's not going to share my distrust towards her twinny. I'll just ask the most neutral question possible. I wanted to ask you about the latest news and evidence. Regarding the news, something funny's going on with the case. The murder weapon is missing. The DNA test somehow shows that the murder victim is not Serena. I really hope someone will shed light on the whole thing, and the sooner the better. I need to go downstairs and check if there are any updates for the case, but I'm on duty and everyone else is busy, unfortunately. I can go on my own. Out of the question, it's very dangerous down there. Even us officers usually go down in twos. Michelle, my belle, I'll sort this out. Don't you worry, I'll go with her. Oh, fab. Ah, damn it. If I tell her everything, it'll be my word against his. Hell, I wonder, does Fabrizio care about Michelle for real, or is there an ulterior motive? Or am I just paranoid? Ah, I guess I can ditch him and flee if I put in a certain effort. Should keep in mind that he's a former cop, though, so he knows his way around the place. To flee or not to flee, that's the question. Iris, thanks to you, I've realised how stupid I had been, and the least I can do is make up for it and take you downstairs. Just make sure you follow my directions closely. It's dangerous down there, and we don't want anything happening to you. You stay safe too, Fab. It's not my first time. Afraid I lost it? I know you didn't. Can anyone else tell how fake he is? No, not at all. Shame the other Iris isn't watching this. Time to make up my mind. However, a few things first. By the way, can anyone explain to me why it's dangerous downstairs? There are reflected zones of the real police station, and there are many of the reflecting, and they get pulled over often and fast. Reflected zones? A few years ago they renovated the downstairs. One of the corridors received quite a serious do-over and its reflection got untethered. So essentially we've got ourselves a bit of a safe space down there. Still, a few of its doors lead into rooms that prototypes use. I mean into the reflections of those rooms. So the corridor reflections got untethered and they started renovating it, and it never drifted off into the void. It would actually be pretty cool to find a corridor instead of some new land. Although I suppose the radar is tweaked to detect larger things, otherwise we'd be detecting random window frames and bits of buildings all the time. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked here. It's important to know the specifics of every zone. That way risk is minimised. Can't we just open the door to wherever the evidence is? When the case is closed, all the evidence will be in one place. However, we're still working on it, so it's scattered. You'll have to look everywhere. Don't worry though, you can rely on Fab. Although you're the same expedition as him, so I don't need to tell you. Indeed. Ditch him and go on my own. Michelle, can you write down a few brief instructions for me though? I want to have at least some idea of what we're about to face. I'm about to face. Bye, Fab. To assess the situation, you know. That's very sensible. I think Iris will feel more confident and understand that my instructions have underlying your logic. Hehe. Of course, anything to ensure it goes smoothly. All I need now is a suitable moment to seize. Here you are. Fab, you can still read my handwriting, can't you? It's go time. I'm making the window glass only. Unmasking it, actually. Phew, it worked. What the? Forgot to patch it up. Leslie is the one in charge. I don't think that he... So what's with the stabilisation then? Iris, I'm sorry. This doesn't usually happen. Let's go, Fab. We need to sort this out. Oh yeah, just like the good old times. Time to steal the bike. I'll ask for forgiveness later. They might send someone to chase after me, but at least I've got the instructions. In the worst case scenario, it's just a sad list of recommendations. Be careful, Iris. Listen to your partner, Iris. Don't even think of doing anything on your own, Iris. First line, the door to the right. There's a small mirror on the table. What the hell is this table exactly? At least there's only one door to the right. I may as well pay a visit. I can always run up if something comes up. There's a small mirror on the table, and if you're lucky, there will be no one around. The officer sometimes talks on the phone and paces the room back and forth in front of the table. You must not get in his way at all costs. Don't bother waiting for him to finish and sit down. He can do this for hours. You'll need the documents from the locker under the table. He talks sometimes, but for hours. He's also pacing. It's almost like a marathon, only while he's talking. But he sits quietly, charging at his precious phone when at home. So here's the plan. I get to the locker, pull out the documents, and carefully make my way back. Yes, must not try to slam into anyone. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if I'm supposed to time this. Who's as graceful as a fawn? I am. Time to dig in. Come on, papers, reveal all of your secrets to me now. Right, so good news. They took the DNA samples from a few items from her dressing room. The test shows that they all belong to Serena, apart from the hair comb. There's only a name and a last name. No idea whose, though. Now, hold on a second. The comb is definitely not mine, but I've seen it before, haven't I? Ah, damn it. Come on, Iris. What? Where? A hat on the dressing table in the dressing room. After Fenrir left. Damn. But why did they decide that the murder victim is not Serena? I know very little about police work, but surely they could have at least considered the version that the comb had been planted. Fine. Let's see what else there is. And by the way, the officer seems to have finished his conversation and disappeared somewhere. All the better for me. Next one, the easiest door. Here goes nothing. The changing room zone. There are usually a few people here, but be careful nevertheless. The way the mirror is hung is reflecting. The reflecting may appear suddenly, or you'll have to react quickly. Safety zones are at the entrance and in the corner opposite it. You need the videotapes that are in the plastic box on top of the cabinet. Look for the right stickers. All the fun is happening around the lockers. There's one with a door ajar, in fact. By the way, what if Michelle would like to know what's inside and say, forgive me my indiscretion at once, or at least scold me somewhat less for it? Fine, I'll start with the tapes. So far, there's only one girl here, and it doesn't look like she's intending to move anytime soon. Not abruptly, anyway. Yet still, I'd better walk around her just in case. Interrogation of F. Dahlberg, yesterday's date. And a sticker, does not cooperate, vacation confirmed, etc. So, etc. what? And how does he not cooperate? Are there things he won't do or say? Ugh! I need a video player. Luckily, Michelle has one. Curb my interest. It's hardly anything related to my case. The reflecting. He's going to open the locker now and start rummaging inside it. Then he'll close it, and who knows where he'll move next. Time to flee. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Peak conquered. Now the fanfares with the evidence will do just as nicely. So what's next then? I have to apologise in advance, but this is the men's room. The thing is, some employers carry their folders with them literally everywhere. They also talk everywhere. Why not the ladies' room? But then I guess there are fewer female police officers altogether, so they carry around fewer folders with them and all. Sob! Oh, and one in charge of my case is a man. Right, here we go. You need to get the documents from the box hanging on the wall. The mirror is very large, so there's always someone reflecting. There are no safety zones and there is no space for the door. 2 strategies. Take the box off the wall quickly, return to the entrance, find the documents you need, and then hang the box back quickly. Ask your partner to help you on the lookout of reflecting and their movement in order to alert in case of danger. Meanwhile, you get the box, find the necessary documents, and come back. Please be careful. Second strategy is sadly not for me. I have to run around very fast. Wonder if the box is heavy. As far as I can hear, there's someone in the stall, so I'd better hurry up. Damn it. I shouldn't be standing around. He's washing his hands now and he'll want to dry them later. Run, Iris, run. Phew, that was stressful. The box is indeed quite heavy, by the way. It weighs more than her bag. 3 times as much or so. Hope it was worth it. I found something on my case, seized the moment and returned the box to its rightful place. Well done to me. And now I can get to reading. The case of the haircomb's owner, with my photo. Oh, not quite. She's a fan. Plastic surgery. So much of it. The nose, the eyes, the lips, the cheekbones. Looks like her height, chest and overall constitution are genuinely similar. Either way, I cannot see anything special about them. And then some weird cosmetic treatments for her hair and her skin colour. Ugh. Acting classes, voice training, lookalike contests, and the wins are here. Disappeared 1 day before Serena's death. Scribbled in pencil at the top. Inquired with our police. Her reflection is missing too. JC. Turns out either the lookalike is held in a room with a mirror or both the lookalike and her reflection are dead. It's technically possible, say if you sink the car with a person trapped inside, or if you hang someone in front of the mirror, or if you don't pull out the knife. Okay, let's not go there. What else? Aha, over the last week and a half she has been getting calls from burner numbers. This has never happened before. And in her flat there were brochures from Sleep Creek Centre for Yoga, Harmony and Personal Growth. Bingo. So the police believe that it was her who got murdered. And they've figured out already how and why she'd be in the dressing room. I can try and piece all the evidence together now or wait until I have more on my hands. Piece of physical evidence together. Fenrir got the hair comb and the knife from somewhere. The knife points at Mantle and the sect, and the comb leads to the lookalike girl. There were brochures from the centre around her flat, but no other evidence that links her to the sect. Actually, this whole lookalike story resembles one badly written TV series. We're about to find out that Fenrir killed the wrong girl by mistake. But hold on, there's no point in bringing the hair comb if you're going to kill someone other than your wife anyway. Okay, so he really was in love with the lookalike and decided to swap them. Yet no point in bringing the comb, let alone throwing in the sect for good measure. I think that lookalike may still be alive. It's like some sort of bait, and the police are running around trying to figure it all out, watching Fenrir. And he's just diverting them. The key question is, from what? There's no point killing her if you can just give her a new face and drop her off somewhere in Mexico once the plan is executed. Damn it, but what's his plan though? I will find out. Come to Iris instructions. Okay, so the last 2 locations are both behind the same door, namely this one next to the loo. There's a crowded reflected zone out there. Let's have a look. My, it is crowded indeed. Way too crowded. Alright, instructions over panic. You'll need the conference room number 4. And it's right here, yay! There should be transcripts of conversations within the reflections of persons involved in that case. Only one dangerous location, but it's tricky. The mirror in the lift on the right reflects the entrance to the conference room and the space around it. You will have to either open a door to get inside or have your partner wait outside and watch the lift. In the latter case, he'll be able to alert you that the lift is gone and it's safe to come out of the room. Okay, so I don't need to go right just yet. Good. But I don't want to open any doors into the conference room. I'm too exhausted to do it anyway. I'll go in as soon as the lift is gone and take it from here. I suspect I'll be able to sneak peek through the blinds and see when it's safe to come back out. Okay, it's safe now. Go. The cart has this friendly sticker on it that says interviews with reflections about their prototypes. Not interrogations, but interviews. Delightful. Aha, here's the first one with a familiar name. The reflection of Suzanne Laurie does not identify any of the suspects, neither confirmed nor confuted any of the testimony given by her prototype. There's also a doodle in the margin, what looks like someone breaking their pen. Susie's probably very proud of herself for being such a tough nut to crack. Alright, next interest-worthy folder is literally next. The reflection of Thomas Mantle confirms links to certain people and expresses willingness to cooperate. Okay, so, identified Fenrir, believes he saw him in the street at night but cannot state it with certainty. However, can confirm his prototype's words. Mantle was being followed in the past 2 weeks. And the last familiar name, Roy. The reflection of Fenrir Dahlberg corroborates the testimony given by Serena Elise's reflection. There are 4 controversial points highlighted in the paper that indicate the prototype's possible imitation of spectrophobia, and so on and so forth. Oh, and another thing, react strangely to questions about Serena Elise's reflection. What was his reaction like? Damn, I'm intrigued now. And this was useless. I already know everything that may be of use. It's also quite odd that the reflections police weren't looking for me. Also, Roy, I mean, if you join an expedition at the very last minute, it's not that easy to track you down, or they realise very quickly who was to blame and didn't try too hard. Realise, puh. Good news, I can definitely see the lift through the blinds. Bad news, the blinds are shut tight, and they can definitely be seen from the mirror in the lift. Which means moving any of the louvres away and staring like there's no tomorrow is not an option. They can get reflected back, cutting right through my fingers. I shouldn't look for a way to peek outside, but to poke the blinds a little, say with the white thingy that's supposed to work them. If the blinds don't move, it means the lift is down here and open. As soon as they get moving, the lift must have left and I'm good to go. Superb. I mean, they aren't moving, as if carved from stone. Therefore, the lift is here and will move soon. Ah, damn it. All right, one more time. Phew. And I've only got 1 point to cover from the instructions. What is it then? The cabinet with the biggest number of case files in the corner between the 2 lifts. Unfortunately, one of them has been under maintenance for a few days and it's always open. The only way to get to that cabinet is by creating a door. I've done 1 tour today already, so my only option is unavailable. Any ideas? Wait for the moment when the functioning lift is gone and try cutting through the crowd. I have to admit it's pretty dangerous. Any of the reflecting may happen to move at the worst possible moment. Just as well, someone else might appear right out of nowhere any minute. However, if I'm super fast. I've fared quite well so far, haven't I? So maybe I'll be fine here too. Try. 3, 2, 1. The Queen of Speeding, the Goddess of Dodging. Get clapping, everyone, for this is Iris the Fabulous. Nope, also no. Yep, the transcripts of conversations between prototypes and the local police officers in text. It seems like he was connected almost right after the murder. That's not my wife, remember. Why did he believe? I mean, there is no confirmation, voice or video. Must have been the first conversation. With the hair comb appearing as evidence, I'm assuming that our star could have indeed been kidnapped. There are two major possibilities. Either they kidnapped the lookalike and are now trying to credit her as the real Serena, or our star is as alive as ever. And why did we release the body at all? The chief ordered it. And then he suddenly got that massive inheritance from some distant relative, and subsequent inquiry found no links to the case. Aha, the fucker. How was the interrogation? Nothing to write home about. His wife was murdered after she agreed to cooperate. Do you think he'd tell us anything? Yeah. Well, to hell with him. We'll continue with the stakeouts. Our analysts suggest that Dahlberg may soon receive information on the conditions and location of the exchange. We'll follow and catch them red-handed. Is Fenrir being blackmailed? How precious. Okay, I'm off to see Michelle. Should watch the tape and connect the dots, or at least try to. They've replaced the glass. Awesome. So you did up going downstairs alone. I thought maybe she got tired of waiting and left, but time to ask for forgiveness. My apologies. I really needed to get the information about my case. Iris, don't you understand what you've risked down there? Your life. And this is no figure of speech. Downstairs is dangerous. Well, I'm super fast. The super Iris. No, I'm the guilty Iris. My lips are sealed. Our police officers complete special training before they're even allowed to go down there. While you... Seems like Michelle is genuinely worried. Ah, damn it. I understand. I'm very sorry. I really am. If you decide in favour of joining the police, try not doing that again on the job. Oh, damn. I did decide on the police. Of course. By the way, where's Fabrizio? Why are you asking me? He went to keep an eye on you, no? To make sure you're safe. Did he? This is one insane day. Maybe we just missed each other. He knew for certain where you'd be. What are the chances that Fab has not gone missing but is just hanging out downstairs for old time's sake? You're joking, but I should inform the others, I guess, so that they look for him when they can. I'll be right back. Can you put the tape on before you leave, please? Of course. Has anything out of the ordinary happened to you lately? Like strange new acquaintances, calls, encounters? No. Any impressions maybe? Did anything seem illogical or catch your mind? No. Try to remember if at all. My client has given you an answer twice already. You're right, Mr. Dahlberg. Can you explain why you kept repeating, "That's not my wife," after identifying the body? My client had a nervous breakdown, as you're well aware. And this is the only reason you kept saying it, Mr. Dahlberg. I wasn't myself, detective, and I don't remember much of what I said or did. Do you know Ellen Goldberg? No. Did you know that your wife had fans who fixed their looks to look like her? I've never given any thought to what her fans might be up to. Really? How come? My client's motives and his particular regard have nothing to do with the ongoing investigation. I had a wife, detective, not a set of ideas about the trials of fame. Mr. Dahlberg, both you and I want the same thing here, to learn the truth. Someone is trying very hard to prevent us from confirming the identity of the murder victim. As an interested party, I have already agreed to answer your questions. Good. Now tell me, where are you from August 19th to 23rd? I was away on vacation with my wife in Switzerland. My client has already answered this question before, and the police have all the documents supporting his claim. I'm just double checking, Mr. Dahlberg. Was this a scheduled trip? Partly so. She was going there for a masterclass and signed up earlier this year, and I offered to extend our stay there a little. How did the vacation go? My client has answered this question before too. You should have his testimony. And we do. Mr. Dahlberg, respond briefly, please. The vacation went well. So why, after your return, did your wife post on social media on August 23rd that she would no longer be participating in a number of festivals, including the BFI London International? I asked her to. Serena had always been working so hard and she was getting tired lately. We agreed to bring the pace down a notch and spend a few months in a more relaxed manner. And yet she agreed to cooperate with the police on that Thomas Mantle case. Yes, she didn't want anyone to suffer while I'd be while I'd be rocking her on the waves. That's what my wife is all about. Oh no, something's wrong with the player. I'm sorry. I'll try fixing it now, but never mind. I've got good enough food for 4. Off we go then. Topics. Murder motive, and murder motive. Approaches. Sarcastic, aggressive, hysterical. Hold on, what am I even going to talk to? Surely not Michelle. She knows even less than I do. Myself? I've learnt so much, now I need to fiddle with the pieces until they fit into a finished puzzle and I'll finally understand. Different approaches can actually help indeed. I just need a little push, a nudge in the right direction, a few words from someone who cares. So the usual. Someone. I can't. It's not working. Just think for a while. Piece the damn timeline together. Starting point, vacation, Switzerland. 2 things happen at the same time upon return. Fenrir arranges for Mantle to be followed and Serena pulls out of festivals. That for like half a year she had been preparing for because she was tired. That detective might believe him, but I don't. She'd never pull out of festivals just like that. Fenrir lied about the phobia and he's lying now. He's this evil genius. He needs a den, a crazy wall and a trophy room. The problem is real life is not a movie. People make mistakes. It's inherent as far as I know people. Maybe the police are looking the wrong way. And me, well, I already found at least 2 things he had lied about. So far, they explain nothing. I should go back to that timeline. She pulls out of festivals. Someone starts calling the lookalike girl from burner phones. Serena agrees to cooperate with the police. The lookalike goes missing. Serena meets Mantle. She dies. Fenrir says that's not my wife. The cremation, the hair comb, the rumours. Iris, I'm sorry, the video player is broken and I cannot fix it. That's alright. Tell me please, do I understand correctly from the police's point of view, something is going on with Fenrir right now? I've read transcripts of conversations where the officers are discussing Darbo being blackmailed. In the video, the detective asks him one question after another, as if her murder is not actually the end of it. Yes. Can you remember if he said or did anything strange, anything out of the ordinary? Nothing out of the ordinary, except for Mr. Dahlberg asked the police to keep him updated on Mantle's case. And they gave him a copy of their press release. And what did the press release say? Investigation in the sex operations has resulted in multiple charges being brought up against Mantle. His potential terms combined are enough for a few lifetimes. I don't quite understand how this concerns Fenrir. He seemed glad, grabbed the paper and left shortly, like he wanted to show it to someone, to brag about it. We cannot rule out that he was pretending, of course. And where did he go? Back home, as far as I understand. Back home, and where does he... Didn't I mention this before? Perhaps it was not to you. Anyway, the house is quite distinctly divided into his and her halves. They did live together, though. Ah, yes, sure. So which half did he... Seems like I should pay a visit too. Please let me know if you discover anything. Of course, but you'd have to open a door for me. Iris, you should have warned me in advance. Although I understand you couldn't have known. Alright, please try and stay away from any danger. I'll let you know if I discover anything. Thank you for helping me. The exemplar Iris making Dora proud. And again, my apologies. Phew, good thing my window glass trickery has remained undiscovered. Guess I have an honest face, or these things actually happen here at times. Or I got lucky. I deserve to get lucky once in a while. Okay. My throat is getting very sore. We're going to do a save. Okay, this one. Where we left